time for the girls' cha-cha. Okay, so this is more like the usual anthem right now. Anytime it's time for the girls' chart show, I'm hyped. I don't know why. Super hyped this afternoon, and guess what? Please let me even show the cam. You see this? You see this? This is what you have when you have amazing people. Yeah, so it's a new year, and some people are coming into the studio for the first time. Let's give way. Is there a round of applause? Because I did not tell her. In fact, I have things to tell you, but let's give a round of applause. First of all, yes. Okay, so we have the one and only Chinwe in the building.
Oliver, why did you give me out in such a way?
Which
this is new.
See
year.
it again.
This is new.
Yes, good to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Oli. Hi, Abuja.
Hi.
It's good to be back on air again.
Yes. So I don't want to talk about where you went to. The other person traveled to the UAE, and she came back. Thank God you guys are safe and you're back.
Yes.
We have Auntie Chika, my wisdom pots in the building.
Hey, Abuja, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oli, how are you?
I am very well. You were checking me out,
Yeah.
looking at my face. Don't mind
Please,
the laughter is
please,
too much.
Please keep
It's
our
2019.
secret conversation.
Okay, yes, I will. All right.
You don't need to know.
The wishes and wizards. Okay, so yes, the Girls Church Show, we talk about everything women, everything family, everything home, everything society. And guess what? Today we're talking about a topic we started off on Monday. Virus will be a bit late today, but let's go on with the conversation now. Something happened somewhere. A father raped 3 of his children. I'll play the clip again. On Monday, several people called in. They were really, really upset with this person who committed this crime. And some blame the wife. I'll let you take a listen to this and then we'll come back and talk.
What I advise is that woman should go to a pastor, somebody who can help her to call the attention of the man to what he has done, and they will prayerfully deliver the man. That's what is needful here. Okay, now let me quickly tell you. It is better she care and pray and God covers up. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are in this.
Okay, so that was actually an interview. They called in a man to talk about what happened. First of all, the man raped his 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 13-year-old. So we started the conversation thinking we're going to go into other issues. Obviously, it was parental issues that came up. How can you, as a mother, not know that someone is abusing your daughter? There were men who called in. They blamed the guy, but the question kept coming up about why didn't they talk about the man in in the clip. I watched from beginning to end. Nobody mentioned the guy. It seemed like he needs help. People should help him and all of that. So let's start off with Chinwe. Once you heard, I'm sure you heard about the Ochanya story that trended in Benue one time too.
Sure.
What came to mind first off?
Well, Oli, I've never been a fan of this saying that it's a man's world.
Yeah.
I really that's one of the sayings I actually hate. Let me use that word. I know it's too strong, but I have to use it. Permit me.
Yeah.
Because when things happen, people don't actually consider what actually is the issue. As long as it involves a man,
Yeah.
they single him out of it. And then, of course, society and every other human being will actually face the mother. They see the mothers as just the parents when things go wrong in the family. So for me, I don't really know the best word to use for this, but it's just so unfortunate that things have to happen this way.
Yeah.
Because I also watched that clip even before I came here. You get to see they're just saying coming up with excuses. Okay, why is the mother not there? If she's actually the mother, she should know when things go wrong with her children. I mean, where is the man's role in the family as a father?
Yeah, but let me
And
ask
him
you,
being the culprit.
as a children, let's try to put ourselves in the mind of hypothetically speaking, the kids. Do you think there's any way to, regain or come back or bounce back from that experience? Because it's more like a father. I said it on Monday. Father, the name is so broad, it's so big, it's like a cover, and that is removed off you. Do you ever see these children coming back, like, would they ever have a sound relationship? People out there is because of exposure to some of what they watch and what they see. Do you believe is a causative factor?
Well, when someone is sick, first of all, good afternoon, Abuja. And, my apologies for coming in late.
We know.
Yes, when you are sick, you are sick.
It's not.
It is not
Okay.
because of anything. See, we live in a society where there are a lot of morals, you know, here and there. There are a lot of ethics.
Yeah.
If you are not in one religious section, you are there. And what they teach you is supposed to like mold your character, mold your, you know, mold your personality.
Yeah.
But then in a society like that, you still find people that are odd.
Same.
That
Okay,
are, I mean,
okay.
that are odd,
Odd,
that
okay.
will still go out to do
Okay.
this kind of things.
Yeah.
You understand?
So it doesn't matter what they
it
watch?
does not matter what they watch.
Are you sure that
But
is not
there are
contributing?
people, no,
Yeah, okay.
there are people who don't even have access to the internet, access to
True,
phones,
true.
access to television,
True.
but they are sick. They are deranged people. As
Okay.
in, these things just I think it's,
You bet it.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Ify here as well. Ify, talk to us. You've watched the video, right?
Kind of.
Okay, so let me tell you what happened. A man raped a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 13-year-old. We watched the clip. Somebody in the studio talked about how that they should take the man for delivery. That's a wife. And somebody called in and said, see, don't leave that marriage. Once you leave, the secret will get exposed to the world. After narrating this to you, she talked about how that what people watch, what you read also contributes. She feels it's something, if you're sick, you're sick. If you want to do this thing, you will do it. So what's your opinion on this?
They're all his daughters.
For me, and
Yeah.
they are all his daughters.
Yeah.
For me, abuse doesn't just start with one person.
Okay.
It has been there, and it will still be there,
Mm-hmm.
whether we like it or not. The only thing we're going to do is to expose it, and that is what will help us reduce it. Not that we're going to take it away completely.
Yeah.
Now, for media and all that, from ancient times, it has always been there.
Okay.
It has always been there. So, for that woman saying, or for the person saying, don't leave the marriage and all that, they might have their reasons for saying that,
Okay.
because they feel that, you know, these things should be kept hidden.
Okay, do you
Or-
think
or
it's
let-
right?
Let's protect
For
the
you, do you
children.
think it's right?
For the
Should
woman
I
to
stay when my, for God forbid, he's raped all my kids? Are you saying I should stay when I've lost? Why am I,
I have
going to
something
say
to
No,
that?
you know, for a man to start doing that to his children,
Yeah.
that means the woman has hidden a lot.
Is that enough
Much
reason
more.
to do?
Is
That to
that
your
enough
kids?
for
To
me
do
to
that to
stay?
your
I
kids?
don't think I would
Okay.
want to stay
Okay,
that kind
okay.
of man.
Okay.
And neither should a father do that to his children. But
Yeah.
if a father is doing that,
Yeah.
it's obviously not well.
But would you
I don't
advise a
think-
woman to stay?
If
she wants to go?
If she wants to go, it's her choice.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, there are worse things that happened in
Yeah.
homes, and
Okay.
parents still keep it hidden.
Okay.
So it's all about her and
Her
what
choice.
she.
Okay, yeah.
I've had the opportunity of stumbling onto these Merua guys.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Why I said sometimes is what we see, what we hear, what we watch.
Yeah.
that These Merua guys, let's just say they were between the ages of say 16 to about early 20s. And they were hunched over the phone.
Okay.
And you could see this excitement.
Oh.
I passed them. With a second thought, I said, what are these guys
Watching.
So I just came and peeped. They were watching porn. Merua. Not literate. We have devices that has enabled our sick mentality. We have kids at home and we give them these devices. With just a little MB, they can visit any site they want to.
Yeah.
I had a case, I think about 3-4 years ago. I left a studio, let me not mention the name.
Yeah.
And because the person knew I was doing this kind of program there, and the woman met me outside, just I stepped out.
Yeah.
She said she heard what we're
Talking
discussing,
about.
that there is a case on the ground. 3 kids.
Yeah.
Between just
The same okay.
ages.
Okay.
As at the time she was talking to me, they were on admission at the hospital, one of the big hospitals
Wow.
in Abuja here. their mom bought iPads for them. Yes, she bought iPads for them. And these 3 kids were doing all manner of things between themselves. Within the ages of
That's
4,
messed
I
up.
felt sick.
Oh,
I felt very repulsed. And she was showing me pictures. She was showing me pictures
This
of
between
how
sisters.
mutilated
Oh,
these
no,
girls
no,
had
no, no.
made themselves. And when the information now got
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
the children said one of their mates showed them in school and told them the sites to be visiting.
Oh my God.
So when the mother sees them, that's hunched over their
Phones
phone
or
or
iPads.
iPad, she
Yeah.
thinks they are doing homework. Meanwhile, they are moving from one site to the other.
Oh,
And so when the mother moves, between the 3 of them, they'll be practicing what they saw.
Oh my God.
When they took them to the hospital, because at the point they started leaking.
Oh no.
That was how
that's
bad it was.
Oh, it's
For weeks
bad.
on end, I was not
No,
myself.
no.
And the doctors at the hospital asked her, "Why would you?"
This is in Abuja here.
in Abuja. This happened like about 3-4 years ago. When I looked at these children, you would just see innocent, vacant looks on their faces.
You see, when you give a child a snake, or when you give a child something, I don't know if you just give the pads. Aren't there locks, or they know how to unlock these things?
And the
as
mother
well?
said that you see them, that she used to think that these
It's
girls
homework,
were
so they're
doing
very
homework,
busy.
that they were always visiting one side, they would come, that she didn't know that this was what was happening. They were booked for surgeries.
Oh God, that's how.
That was
terrible.
how bad it was.
That's terrible.
So sometimes,
That's beyond.
have you taken a walk round Abuja? There are some places you will go to, you will see some porn movies sold 100 naira. I've seen them. Go to Wuse, you will just see them. Some places you will see movies on the floor, they are selling it. Most of them, you will see even the pictures.
It's a contributory factor. There.
I'm telling you,
It
and I
is.
will just shake my head and say,
It is.
our armed forces people will pass and see this, and nobody is controlling
There
this.
needs to be a regulatory body
Yes, nobody is seeing this.
for this.
See, I can go on and on and on. We have become a very sick a set of people because of a lot of things. This might not be just the only reason, but
Yeah.
it is
Yeah,
a
it's part
huge
of it.
contributory factor to it.
Okay, so Virus, you wanted to say while she was on.
No, you see, I am not denying the fact that these things
Yeah.
do contribute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go to places that are not Abuja. Let's go to places where they don't even
Villages.
have
Okay.
electricity.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to places where there are no schools.
Okay.
Where where they don't even understand that there is something called an internet or that you can go online.
Yeah.
You understand? These things still happen in communities like that.
Yeah.
Now, when I say that if you are sick, you are sick,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that what you see, the social media,
Yeah.
internet, whatever, does not have like a
An
hand.
influence. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay.
these are things from the mind that your mind just, people whose minds have been corrupted from infancy.
How do
like-
people's minds get corrupted?
No, see, association,
Okay.
peer groups, you understand? What you see your friend. I
Your
told
friends
you
do.
a story
Yeah.
one time of a man, you understand, who would go to work,
Yeah.
go home
Yeah.
to his wife,
Yeah.
or go to work, go to church, go
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
and he was like that
Yes,
when he
yes,
got
yes.
married, you
Yes, that's
understand?
true, yeah.
All of a sudden,
Please.
he was influenced
His
by
friends,
friends
yeah.
who told him, you must have a very boring life.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They influenced him to the point that he just said, okay, you people, I
Okay.
don't want you to see me
so
as somebody
basically
that is.
exposure,
Ex-
peer pressure,
And
the
all those things-
internet as well contributes.
They contribute
Because I
to
want
all-
to generalize.
Again,
yes.
another thing that also contributes,
Yeah.
parent negligence.
Yeah, we'll go
Do
to
not
that now.
think- Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
we're going to
Only,
that
only
now.
can I add something
Yes.
very quickly?
Do.
Let me tell you, there are lots of things that when they happen, people get to blame. Oh, this person, the mother, or how the child was brought up.
Problems, yes.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
We all left our parents' houses at a point when we were
True.
in university.
True.
They didn't move into our hostels, our
Uh-uh.
lodges with us.
They didn't.
We grew and chose the path we are treading on now.
Yeah.
So for me, one key thing is individuality.
Okay, so
It must be about something that comes from you within. You have
Okay.
a total role to
you
play.
can't blame
Yes,
others
before
for
all
your
this,
action.
before all
Yeah.
these, all these causative agents they
Yes,
just mentioned,
yes,
selling
yes.
on your own,
Yes.
you've decided within you.
Okay.
There's a role you yourself play.
Play.
Yes,
Curiosity.
because we are all in this society we're talking about.
Yeah, we
Why
are the
Are we all
society.
not sick?
You as
You know,
society, I am
why
society.
are all the men not sick?
But
yeah.
do you know
You know-
again?
Okay.
Where's the place
if
of
you want
control and
to-
discipline?
Yeah.
I want to add from the perspective of a teacher
Okay.
to young kids.
Yeah.
To be frank with you, children are curious.
Very
They
anxious.
want to know why is mine like this,
Yeah.
why is this one like that.
Yeah.
And I think that could be one of the things that happen in this case.
Yeah.
They wonder, when I touch this place, what happens? When I do this, what happens? This boy, why is he like this?
Yeah.
Children are curious.
Yeah.
So now, as parents, as early as possible, teach your children names of their privates. They should know touches that are appropriate
It's
and
high
the ones
time.
that are not.
Yeah.
The schools are doing that. There are books that you can read to your children
Yeah.
so that you don't raise children that are ignorant.
But you see the question I want to ask. This person, the story she told here, is really touching.
Yeah.
They are going as far as going in for surgeries,
Yeah.
and they are kids. Now, how do you buy them this? We have people who are wealthy, well-to-do Nigerians. I've had a debate on radio before, talked about how that I intentionally took the sides of if I have over $1 million, I have dollars, I'm very wealthy. Of course, I'll buy these things just to have the opinion and the thoughts of people who definitely would do it. We got people who called in and talked about how that, oh yes, I support Olije. I definitely will buy those things without thinking of
the
so
repercussions.
sometimes when we talk like this, it's deliberate just to get a quarter of people who believe that I have the money, so I want to shower, I will shower.
Let me tell you
How
something.
do you, Auntie Chika,
Yes.
as a mother, tell them don't visit this and they will listen to you?
I want to tell you a story that happened to me, and I will bring it down to the fact that we mothers should actually pay attention to our
kids.
children.
Okay.
Do you know why the society sees the woman as, you know, if a child gets bad, it's the woman's fault? Because the woman spends a lot of time with
Yeah.
the child. The man does not have that opportunity to spend with the child.
Yeah.
I had an experience some time ago, and that was because I am into my kids. When they were in primary school, they kept telling me about a program on the subscribed channel,
Yeah.
that all their friends were on it, that you can play game on it, that you can do this, you can do that, you can do that,
Yeah.
that it seems that they're the only ones that are not doing that. And it was a popular channel.
Yeah.
It was a popular channel on one of the subscribed
I know.
TVs.
Yeah.
And so one day, I said, okay, let me log
Check.
on and
Yes.
see what is happening.
Yeah.
They were in the sitting room watching the movie, so I logged on. Only you will not believe it. As it was buffering to open, a porn site just
Popped up.
popped up. I was taken aback, and then I looked at what I typed.
Mistake,
Maybe I
mistake.
I made a mistake. And then it came back. The site that I wrote out, I wanted to see, was still buffering. Within a space of nanoseconds, different porn sites just
Popped up.
Advertise themselves for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Even
That's
on our
advertising.
phones,
They're
they
advertising.
advertise
Yes.
themselves.
You give the
Pop up on
website,
my
and
phone,
before you
yes.
get there,
And
they're already.
I screamed. When I screamed, I turned to see if any of them
Were watching.
they were watching. And then I sat. When the site eventually opened, as you're playing game, a porn
It will
site will
come
pop up. As you're playing game, a porn site will pop up. And that was how it was for like 10-15 minutes. I was on that site. And I said, thank God that I had the opportunity of doing this. I went to school the next day. I went with my laptop. I called the teacher of my son then.
Yeah.
I said, please, there is this thing that is going around in this school
Yeah.
that every child must be. Please, I want you to see this. And as it was opening up, the man shouted, blood of Jesus. I said, no, it's not the blood of Jesus. And that was how, because I took the time
Yeah.
to go through this. But you see, a lot of
God knows
mothers,
how many
a lot of,
things
I'm telling you, a lot
have gone
of,
under
and
the
do you
bridge.
know these kids who come and tell them, have you seen those things?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
pop out?"
Yes,
Yes.
Have you seen
Oh.
those things that pop out?
Exactly.
And a lot of parents will not know that this site that their children have been clamoring to be on, that this is what is happening.
Yeah. Before that.
So you see, as a mother, you really must be in the faces of your children.
Wow.
There's something I tell my kids. If I tell them something, they say, "Oh, mommy," I say, "Come and beat me." They are big boys. They will say, "Mommy, this thing you're saying, the day we will beat you," I say, "Your father will literally open this ground and bury you, and I'll help him bury you."
Yeah.
So you see, these times, a mother really, you will have to really
So
be.
should we? These people get upset when they say, when your children are brought up, you ladies just accept it now. When your children are growing, you are the one as a woman to take up the responsibility.
Yes.
And some girls are, no, we brought this child together, we have to do this game together, you were the one that put the child there, so we are playing this part together. Are we agreeing as women or as ladies? Women has the major role to play now.
I don't know about other women, but you see me.
Yeah, it's a personal decision.
Because I've seen it
Yeah.
work for me. I'm not saying that my kids are perfect.
Or
but-
that your husband
or
should
that
not be involved.
does not be involved.
Okay.
But I know that in the contemporary times we are in, you have to be way ahead of your children.
Okay.
And see, there's a problem we have as mothers.
Yeah.
We don't really want to know all these things that our children are involved in. Yes, I love God, I'm a believer. But I listen to secular music.
Yeah.
Why? Because I want to know
The language.
the languages
Yeah,
that
the
are used in
content.
those secular music. But we just live our lives. Okay, there's no problem. And you don't know, like I will always say,
Yeah.
it does not matter. You don't know that it has become matters arising in your house.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a message. We are
Yeah.
drawing our attention to something. Apart from the subject matter, this message is from Uncle Joe. Apart from the subject matter, who actually monitors what goes on in motherless babies' homes and orphanage homes?
Exactly.
As parents, we still have a lot to do. So I will begin to ask from Chinwe and then back to Virus and then to Ife. Where do you think parents have failed in terms of monitoring their kids or parenting generally? I know you said it's not right we blame it on parents. We've had a debate in the hostel as well. Girls, when we have nothing to do before the class, and we're arguing about if you become a robber in life tomorrow, don't blame your parents. Some people are like, no, blame your parents. And you've said, don't blame anyone. You took that path. But where do you think parents are failing?
Well, I won't completely say parents have failed.
Okay.
Because there are most parents that put in the work. Trust me.
Okay.
Even let me use Auntie Chika as an example. There's a time I happened to visit her home that day.
Yeah.
She and her husband, they took their children's phone and bought them, this palasa. Send them back to university. The university, I'm not saying secondary school.
Okay.
Took their Android phones,
Yeah.
kept them inside, gave them palasa to go back
Okay.
with. I knew that they were trying to clamp down on something, but I don't
Yeah.
know what it was.
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah.
That was the punishment they
Okay.
gave. So at the end of the day, will you say this kind of parents, they're not putting in the work? Would you say they're not,
And then
making
when,
efforts?
God forbid, something happens in the future, are you going to blame them for
Of
it?
course, at the end of the day, you don't know the work they do.
Besides
behind
Auntie
the scenes.
Chika,
You
there are
get-
parents out there who feel there's nothing, we
No,
are there.
no, not to get it wrong. There are some parents that are, lackadaisical about
Uh-huh.
these things. They don't care, they don't really when they don't
They care, but
come
they'll
back,
tell you no
"Oh,
time."
they are fine. They will go
Yeah.
about their businesses.
Yeah.
But there's a thing about when you love something, you create time and work on it, get that thing fixed.
Okay.
But unfortunately, most parents don't do it, and especially the men.
Okay.
I will
Ah.
take sides on this one.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, when things go wrong, the mothers will
Take up.
bear the brunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
And,
not-
in
I
doing
don't
that,
know why.
they want to strive and go the whole 9 years to still put in their
Yeah.
the work. Not saying, okay, we brought these children into the world, so
Yeah.
we have to do the work together.
Okay.
That's another part where Auntie Chika is coming from. So
Yeah.
it's not about this person taking the blame. The father didn't do well.
Yeah.
All parents that did all they could do.
Okay.
But the children ended up coming out the way they came out. So
Okay.
you won't blame them.
All right,
completely.
so I am eager to have Virus and Ife react to this. Studio lines are open to you, text and WhatsApp open to you as well. Let's move to Virus. Virus, I'm eager to have to hear what you because you've heard I react. No, I want to have you react to this because you have kids as well. So let's go to you now. What's your take? Listening to the both of them, what do you have to say about parents being blamed and all of that?
No, you see, a lot of parents are losing touch with reality. When I say losing touch with reality,
Yeah.
of the fact that they have children who are wiser than the children they were.
I tell you.
You know, they are losing touch with that reality,
Yeah.
and they feel that the way they were
Mhm.
then,
Back then.
back then, is the way children now should be.
Yeah.
But it is not so. You see, a lot of parents,
Yeah.
they feel that they can replace their presence with CCTV,
Sure.
with
Housemates, nannies.
housemates, nannies.
Yes.
They think they can replace.
It will replace. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they think they can replace their presence
Okay.
with
Technology.
Android phones,
Yeah.
with iPads, with computer, with all the
Gadgets.
gadgets, state of the art this thing. But it is not so. You see, like the story Chika brought up about two girls, I believe,
Three.
three
Three
sisters.
girls.
Those three sisters, I bet you, if their parents were paying attention, for
It
it to
took
have
that
gotten
long.
to the level of having surgery
Surgery.
and they were leaking.
No, that's
It was
bad.
even at the
They-
point
that
that
is
they were
just-
thinking
yes.
that the mother now
That
knew.
is just one example from many
that we don't know of.
that we don't know of.
Yeah.
If the parents were paying attention, now it is wrong to blame a woman when things like this go wrong. Yes, it has been like an unwritten code,
Yeah.
an unwritten constitution.
Because the woman is
that,
at home.
yes,
Yeah.
not even that the woman is at home, even the woman that goes out from the house from 7
Yeah.
and comes back by
Creates
6,
time.
Mother.
yes, it is still expected that you are the mother, you should know.
Word.
And when things like this comes up, they will say, where was the mother?
Hmm.
They will forget that women too, they have careers. They have to build a home and they have lives too. Yes, I know that they are obliged to take care of their families, you understand? But for God's sakes, did they have these children by themselves? That's one big major question.
So we shouldn't
See,
tilt
a lot
towards-
of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people, they make these mistakes. I put my face.
Yeah.
I am also in the face
Of
of
your
my,
kids.
Yeah, of my kids.
Yeah.
I'm in the face of my family. But then there are a lot of times
Yeah.
when things happen around, I purposely say, your daddy will handle this.
Okay.
I do that on purpose.
Okay.
Your daddy will handle this.
Okay.
Sometimes the small one left at home, when he comes back with homework, I said your daddy is better in homework.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I make sure that even if he may feel that he doesn't have the time,
Yeah.
but by the time you sit down with this child, you enjoy
Yeah.
doing these things with him, and then you find out that, oh, is this what I have been missing? You understand? A lot of parents, especially fathers, I'm sorry to say this, they are missing out on their kids growing up.
But do you blame them? Somebody
No.
put up a post.
See,
Yeah,
see.
somebody. I will read a post for you. I felt so terrible because we've had this. Let's not make it seem like men don't have their own challenges. Somebody put up a post. It was really interesting, and I said I was going to read this out maybe later in the future. But it said men actually face the most intense societal pressures. They are expected to be financially secure, successful, strong, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Our fundamental ideology of masculinity is so flawed, and males really deserve more credit for everything that they go through. You must have money. You must be successful. You must be. There's a figure and there's a statue and there's a ideology that we put out there for men. They also have their pressure.
Sometimes they bring this on themselves by trying to be like the alpha male.
I tell you.
You understand? By
yes.
trying to be like the alpha male and by trying to show that maybe like an ego thing.
Okay.
I am a man. You can't.
Okay, we have Ife here. Remember the studio line says 070-1057-0088. You can call us. The studio lines are open to you. Feel free to call us or send us a text message or call the other number, which is 070-1057-0909. This is where you pray to God to extend the time, just like that, miraculously, so you can deal with every issue you have. But before we go to Ife, we have a message here. Difficulties of life have pushed many young men into occultism. Difficulties for the reason of making money. In their awkward life, they are asked to do all manners of evil to make money, such as Wow. Okay, I can't say this. Go to the grave, blah blah blah. What men do these days are horrible. Okay, thank you so much for that message.
Don't you go through difficulty of life?
Yeah.
Don't you have
Yes.
difficulties in life?
I'm telling you.
How many dead bodies have you slept
I'm
with?
telling you.
Okay, so good afternoon, brothers and sisters. There's no brother here. One of the causative factor men behave this way today is the fact that pornographical materials alter sexual feeling. It highly researched that there is no force as powerful and strong as a force for blah blah blah. And when this feeling exposed for a long time, watching of these sites, most times this man's wife will be denying their husbands for sex, and impatient men then use this chance to commit such. Oh, is this enough though? Solution, he says. The use of porn should be stopped by married or married men or ladies, learning self-control, and 3, women too should stop denying their wives, their husbands for sex. Okay, so Ify,
I've just been taking in a lot.
I know.
And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of these children.
Yeah.
I deal with from 2 to 6 year olds every day.
Yeah.
And I see parents who think they are too privileged to have these angels that can speak so much phonetics.
British
in it.
Yes.
They're so
In it,
privileged.
right?
They're so privileged to have children who can use the computers and surf the web. Oh, they are in high
They can
clouds.
put the codes to their phones.
They are so. In fact, angels
They
are
go
coming
for
down.
holiday in the
Oh
Dubai.
yeah, and they didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
so
goodness.
we now begin to see children who are morally corrupt from infancy.
There's some parents
And
say, what I
parents
did
would
not
say,
enjoy my
oh,
children
thank
with.
you
Yes.
very much.
Yes.
And you know, one day I actually overheard a mother say, I'm very careful to talk when my child is so that I will not spoil his English. Yes.
That I'm paying for.
Yeah, she's very careful to talk
I'm telling you.
because she doesn't want her child to. No, I just thought about it and I was so vexed. I felt like stopping this woman. See, every generation you are in, you are strong enough for that generation.
Yes.
Word.
There's grace for
If
that generation.
If you decide by yourself and you say, oh my children, no, I don't even understand what this generation are doing. You're going to find yourself with children who are already on horses while you are still on the floor. And they will take you to
For a
this
ride.
place.
This is key.
This is
Fine
this is
tune
for a ride.
yourself as
On
a
the
parent.
horse.
As a parent.
They will take that.
They will take you on it. These ladies. As a parent, you made a comment, Tiffy, here. As a parent, fine tune yourself with every generation.
Be
you
in
find
touch
out.
with
Yes,
time.
be in touch with
You have to be in touch with
reality.
time.
Okay.
There are so many courses to take for parenting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there are courses.
Yes, there
It's
are.
about
There are
it.
people who are doing amazing things for parents, educating them on how to be better. You know, the thing is, we go to school for different things.
Yes.
But we don't like studying
For
about
parenting.
and it is the world's most important job. It is the job that
Charity
no one
begins
pays
at
for.
home.
We
So
think
now-
it comes with the
Yeah,
territory.
we think it comes with
Yeah,
territory.
just
But you need wisdom. You need wisdom and a lot of prayers.
Okay.
Because you can't do it on your own.
Some parents give outright rules instead of training the child's conscience to know why some things are wrong or right. But at the end of the day, it's left for the child to decide which path to take. That is a message from Gift. Thank you so much, Gift. Yes, Virus.
Please, I would like to add that visiting of these porn sites, you know, all these sites that corrupt, you know, kids and adults, you know, alike.
Yeah.
You know, I think the government can actually do something.
Hey, don't
Yes.
go there.
No, say, hold on. Yes,
See, do
the
not
government
go there.
can do something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, in Dubai, there are many sites you cannot visit.
Word. We talked about
You-
China
there
here
are
as
many,
well.
even in China,
you can't.
there are many sites
You can't visit. Yeah.
They don't
No,
use some social media.
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
I actually there are some radio stations
Yeah.
like this and some
Yeah.
other ones that I download on my phone.
Yeah,
so that
just
when
to listen to.
Yeah, so that whenever I travel, I
Yeah.
can always listen
Listen
to.
online.
But in Dubai, they are all blocked.
Yeah.
You can't have access.
Mhm.
You understand? You can't even WhatsApp call.
WhatsApp, yeah.
Yeah.
WhatsApp
You can't
video
make
call.
it.
You
can't
can't
make
make
such
it.
calls.
You
Yeah.
understand? So if a country can do that, you know, just to checkmate what is happening with the minds of the people. I'm not saying that. There are no child molesters in Dubai, but then it will not be
Regulate.
It
will regulate
there is
the
a
level.
regulatory body.
Yeah.
You understand
Okay.
that will not let this thing to be.
Okay,
so
you can
rampant.
say.
There are two things I actually wanted to
Go
say.
on, go on.
One is on what she said, and one is on the call that came during the program
Yeah, yeah.
that we are
Yeah,
analyzing here.
yeah.
If you say that we should regulate, let me tell you, a lot of things have gone to the dogs in this country.
Oh, yes,
We
that's
have
true
a lot
that-
of regulatory bodies that are just
Sleeping.
and they are paying their staff salary and they are not doing anything.
Yeah.
Now, I have a cousin that works with the company that installs is it internet
Okay,
in
okay.
government-
Services, yeah.
yes, internet services
Yeah.
in government. I don't want to mention the names
Yeah.
in government offices. So one day we were talking. He now said, "See, if you want to see where porn is, raining, go to government offices."
True that. Very true.
But I've talked about here that
Listen.
somebody's phone rang and it was and nobody wanted to pick the phone.
Of course.
And it was a
Yes,
it
you
was
are
a-
very right. You are right.
He said that what they had to do at a point was that when they sit in the office, that they can see all the sites.
So it's like you visit.
Oh my
That's
God.
that.
I think every
offices-
company
offices
can
are-
have that.
Yeah, we
They
do
are-
that in
they are
our
working.
office.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
he can tell me authoritatively the offices that have the highest percentage. So that what they are now trying to do is to block those sites from morning till about 4
Because
p.m.
they provide the Wi-Fi.
Yes, so
yeah.
from morning till about 4 p.m. And then from 5 p.m. when they know everybody has gone
Yeah.
home, is open.
Yeah.
They will wait till 5 p.m. Yes. He said then from that 5 p.m. to maybe 10 p.m. come and it's like somebody
People are
that
still in
was
the office.
yes, it's
Oh,
like
they are
someone
waiting
that
for that.
someone that
Addiction.
yes, that's what he said. It was like someone that was on withdrawal and accidentally you gave him what he was trying to not to take. That you will see the speed at which everybody is logging on to porn site. That was when you were saying that. I said, my sister, forget that thing. See, you say you will be amazed.
Yeah.
You will be amazed that if you try that and you say, okay, there's a blanket approval that all these sites
People will
be
begin
so,
to-
you will be amazed at the people that will be
Exactly.
on that will fight against
Exactly.
such law in this
No,
country.
you see,
Even those highly
But
placed
this
people
same
you
thing
know-
you're talking about was in
addiction,
China before they
Yeah,
also
it was done in
had
China.
that.
So
law
it's
We've
not
implemented.
way
not
back,
gotten to
oh.
where China is.
I'm
at this
saying
point.
We can start from somewhere, can't we?
To get to that point.
Oh my
See,
God.
How do we
It
go
may
about
take
it?
years and years and decades
But it's
before we
achievable.
get,
Yeah.
but it is achievable.
Okay.
You see, I mentioned here once that being addicted to porn is worse than being addicted to cooking.
Cooking.
Because
the eye
the
eye magnets.
this your eye.
magnets it, and even when you're not watching it, it will be
Internalize
playing
it.
back.
It's playing on
Like
your
playing
head.
back in your head.
And then before you even take a move to go and do what you're not supposed to be doing, see a lot of porn this thing that really turn people that I have heard people talk about
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Are those ones where
we
parents
can't go
parents
deep.
will be
We can't go. We can't go
with
deep.
kids.
It's daytime
It's
radio.
night.
Yeah.
I want to sleep.
Okay, so-
I want to add something.
Date,
quickly,
yeah.
Luigi, I want to add something quickly.
Yeah.
You can't take away this evil from the country, from society, whether we
Okay.
like it or not.
Okay.
So now, that's why it comes back to parenting.
Yes.
Teach your children to have the fear of God and teach them right from wrong. Even though they want to go towards the wrong path,
Yeah.
your prayers
You've
could
done-
bring them back.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And also the morals you've taught them could also help them to have limits in
Okay.
their lives.
Okay.
So I don't think we can really take away all these things.
Because
But-
does it really, because she's mentioned other countries, I talked about China from the start, it doesn't mean that these things don't happen there.
it doesn't mean that they don't
don't
have
have-
worst cases of rape
Yeah.
or whatever evil
Abuse.
vices in their country.
Yeah.
Most important thing is your own child, the one you're responsible for.
Yeah.
Train up that child to become an asset to,
Wow.
to the country.
Okay, so it seems like the phone lines had issues. That is why we couldn't get, because I've reeled out the studio lines. The conversation is very deep, and some people who understood kept sending messages and sending us messages. But yes, we'll keep talking about parenting. We're out of time, ladies. When you're talking and you're having an educative conversation, I know this is what usually happens. But we'll keep talking about this. We'll be back on Monday for more talk here. Let's have your final words. Can we do this? Because we are out of time. We have to run for the news in few seconds.
Well, for me, I would still say, as an individual,
Yeah.
school yourself to a particular level of thought and reasoning, discipline,
Yeah.
and control.
Self-control.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. To you, Auntie Chika?
For me, that was the second thing I wanted to say. A mother that has noticed that she has a crazy husband that has some tendencies,
Yeah.
flee for your life. That's just it. Don't sit down there to say, okay, he will change. It's a mind thing. It's a sickness. Please move your kids from that environment.
Parents should be very much involved in raising their kids. It is not just the mom alone that should do the job. There is a role for the father to play.
Yeah.
And as the child grows up, take responsibility for your life, the choices you make. Because I've seen people who are orphans and they still turn out well in life. So
Okay. Let's go to you, Ify, now. Final words.
Get educated. Don't think you know too much for every generation.
Listen, that it comes naturally. That's
Yes.
what some people
No,
say.
no,
Is that
it's
intuition?
not. It's not natural. It's not just intuition. Get educated to be able to parent the generation you find yourself in.
I'm afraid for the next generation.
I'm
No.
telling you.
Yes.
They'll
like
be
you said,
fine.
There will be
They'll
grace.
fine.
There will be
They'll
grace
be
for that
fine.
generation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we have to
So
go.
that's fine.
Okay, so
So
this
we
is
get
where
them.
I run the Media Extra show comes to a halt now. We have the Drive Time show coming up next. Whiskey with Fever. See you on Monday. Adios.